Well, hello YouTube. So in the workshop, and I haven't done one of these for a while, mainly, itchy nose, mainly because I've had nothing to tell you. However, I have got something now. Might interest you, it might not. Now, both my motorcycles, my CL500 Honda and my Honda Monkey, have one thing in common. They only have a side stand. And it can be a bit tricky. In fact, it's a pain in the ass. But the whole point of these bikes is they're light. And I try not to attach stuff that adds unnecessary weight. And I'm continually messing with them, trying to keep them light. But the oil changing thing's becoming a problem because I'm 70 years old, I have arthritic knees, I can't kneel very well. Well, certainly not for long periods. So I'm trying to find a way to make the job easy. Now, I know you're all shouting at the screen, buy main stands. Well, I don't want a main stand. I don't like the look. I try to keep the bikes, as I say, light, and I try to keep them looking nice. And I don't like the look of it. When you put a main stand on, I just think it looks a bit ugly. It's a personal thing. I understand it would make life a lot easier if I had one on, certainly on the CL, but I'm not going down that road. The other thing is, there isn't actually an OEM main stand for the Honda Monkey, or for that matter, the CL. You can buy non-Honda makes, but Honda clearly states in their documentation, do not fit non-standard Honda parts. So I'm not going to do. I'm not going down the road. I'll find an alternative. Now, first thing I came up with was this. It's a set of rollers, goes under the back wheel, and it's sort of all right, but you've got to be really careful with it, because if the bike walks off the roller, because what happens is that you put the bike on and it's at an angle. As you spin the roller, the bike, it does that. It moves away from you. And if you're not careful, it drops off the end of the roller, over goes the bike. I know, because I did it, and thank God, there was two of us, me and our Andrew were here, my lad, and our Andrew caught the bike, God love him. So, I'm not keen on these. And I know Ainsworth rider, James Simpson, he had one similar, and James actually warned me of that very thing. Be damn careful, Graham, because they can come off the rollers and then you've got all kinds of problems. Anyway, as you know, I watch a couple of lads in Australia who have bikes, and one lad in particular who I follow, who has an Africa Twin, and he also has, now then, it's a Tenere, but it's the real special one. Is it called a Rally or a Rally Raid or something like that? Anyway, and he was showing a way of changing a tyre, and he actually does it with bits of wood. And I watched him doing it, and I thought, I bet you, if you look on tool websites, sooner or later, you'll find something that'll just lift the back wheel sufficiently for it to rotate. And what do you know? I found one. Okay. When I first got it, I couldn't quite work out how it worked, but with a little, faffage, I finally worked it out. And the critical part is that measurement there. It's different for every bike, which is why it adjusts. And I'm not going to change it because it took me ages to get it right and then lock that nut off. And I actually, the first time I did it, I collapsed it all down, put it in my bag because I was going out for a run. I'll take it with me. Might be a handy tool to carry. And God, when I got home, trying to get that measurement right. What I need to do is measure it, and then it won't be a problem. I'm not as bright as you think I am. Anyway, there's the device. I'll put it on the bike and I'll let you see how it works. I think it's pretty obvious how that thing works. Back wheel goes on the roller, turn the roller, oil the chain. But in actual fact, leaving the bike stood freestand on that roller and rolling there's a lot of rolling resistance, and it's not easy to use. So marks out of 10 for that one. I'll give it 2 for a poor effort. This one, 9 out of 10. It's faffy, but it works. Okay, so there it is on the stand. And do it like that. And then back up, oops, come out. Get it square again. That's it. And it's up, and look. It is a bit of a faff getting this adjustment exactly right. That possibly could do to be a little bit taller, but if you get it too high, you can't press that down. You can't, you know, you shouldn't have to fight with this. It should just be a gentle movement. Like that. And it's got felt on the back of there to protect your swing arm, and it works particularly well on the CL because this has got a round swing arm. So there it is. Wasn't an expensive tool. It can be a bit of a faff getting the adjustment right. You just got to mess with it for a minute or two. I'm using a carpeted floor there, so because it's easier on my knees. But it's a good solution and it works well. I have carpets all around on the floor here, particularly down here, it's nice thick carpet, because I just can't bear kneeling on concrete. So hence why I have all the mats. And it's exactly the same with the little monkey bike. Just lifts it up, no problem at all. And it's on the side stand at this side, and then that peg goes on this side. But the nice thing about it is you can collapse it down and it makes a very small and compact tool. That undoes, handle drops down, and that goes back up there. So it's only the length of that bar with the foot at the bottom, and the foot will come off if you want it to. So it would fit in a toolkit if you were traveling. I think it would be really handy. And most definitely a better alternative to this device, which works okay on the monkey bike because it's nice and light, but not so much on the CL. Anyway, just a short vlog. Hope you enjoyed this. As usual, this came off eBay, as did this, and I think it was just over £10. I've tried looking for the advert this morning, can't find it, but they're definitely on eBay, and you will find them if you look. Bye for now. Bye bye.
There goes Graham on the mighty CL.